still playing pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
We are on.
See my neighbors?
Yeah. Why are you
Oh,
asking me? I
Lori
don't know.
is out of commission right now.
Because
Like,
he
did
put
she
his,
say-
Yeah.
he was supposed to finish.
No, yeah, you're saying.
All
that.
right,
Last
here we
time
go, we're
you
gonna
said
get started.
she was down watching
Recording
football game.
and
Oh.
taping notification as required by law. The town may audio or video record the meeting. Any person intending to either audio or video record this open session is required to inform the chair. Nope, okay, good to go. All right, public announcements. We will start with Brian. Would you like to pull a chair up?
If I may.
Yes, please do.
Thank you, everybody, for the invite. Greatly appreciated.
Oh, sorry, do you have to call the order? Oh, that was it,
No.
okay, we're good, all right. Go ahead.
So, you folks were interested in irrigation for the 3 fields, as to why replacement is on the way. As you know, the community center fields back here have a major electrical issue, and has for several years. And all these fields run on a pump system. Whether or not some of you have irrigation systems at home, I don't know. Long story short is, if something happens to that electrical system and that pump runs, there's gonna be a catastrophic failure. And then you're talking tens of thousands of dollars in repairs. That's the only downside to any pump system, whether it's residential or commercial. This one and all the other abutting fields are the same way, except piping is bigger, so the catastrophic damage is worse. Some of you may remember the catastrophic failure that we had behind the old high school many, many years ago. It wiped out the entire field hockey field for an entire season.
Well, you had another one down
Cheryl
at the
Porter's
Potter.
field?
Yeah.
Remember
Do you remember that one? Many, many years
Cheryl
ago.
Porter's field.
Yeah.
You had a lightning bolt down the Potter, remember before
Well,
you
this
put
is,
the.
I'm talking just strictly from a water catastrophic failure, because the pipes burst.
Yeah.
We're trying to avoid that. That is priority number 1. So the issues back here have been electrical, and Jared and I put a Band-Aid on it for 5 years now, and we're running out of Band-Aids, basically. That's one of the reasons why that. And in order to do just the electrical system doesn't make sense to do just the electrical because of the sheer cost. It's cheaper, it's more money, but it's cheaper to do the whole thing as opposed to just piece, like anything else. You can buy things in pieces, it costs you 4 times as much.
And that's why we rescinded that article for the electrical.
It'd be much more cost effective to do everything at once, and then for the next 25 years, you know, for things all being equal, you wouldn't have any issues. So that's these fields. Potters and Memorial. That system's 22, as Van and I discussed prior to the meeting. 22 years old. I personally put that in with a colleague of mine many, many years ago.
That's the problem.
That is the biggest problem, I'm telling you, John. I was notified several years after I put that system in, by my contact down at the sprinkler house, that some of the fittings that we put in were defective, which would crack. So fast forward 7 or 8 years after the system was installed, we started having problems. And we've continued to have problems all these years. By some dumb luck, we have not had a catastrophic failure there. The breaks are becoming more and more frequent. Where it was 1 every couple of years, now there's like 2 a year, if not 3 a year. I'm worried about coming in the morning and having a flooded field, water everywhere, sand everywhere, and then you've got two irrigation systems. You're not gonna lose one field, you'd lose them both. It's because of the way the system is designed. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Because if for some reason there was a catastrophic failure, the cost to refurbish those fields is astronomical. The cost to refurbish the field would actually cost more than the system itself, put it that way. I guess it's the best way I can describe it.
What is the standard longevity of sprinkler system, the system itself?
For the commercial, it's 20 years, 20 to 25. Generally, especially around here where we have such a high iron content, it just chews everything up. It gets into the heads, it gets into the piping, it just chews it up. It acts as like a sandpaper inside. So, 20, 25 years is pushing it. Even Brooks Park's another one that's going to be on the short list. Once those 3 are the priority, get refurbished. Brooks is probably next. That's pushing 20 plus years old as well.
Okay, we will go around, see if we have any questions. Brian?
I think you answered all my questions of longevity and reasons. Yeah.
Phyllis?
I have a few questions because I don't really
Sure.
know much about this
Sure.
topic. Does the irrigation system and the electrical system are two separate systems that work together?
Correct.
Do they both have the same lifespan?
Yeah, no, not necessarily.
Okay.
The wells are different. They run on 220. Most everything else runs on 110, which is a conventional house. The 220 is like what your dryer plug runs off of, for example. Runs on a much higher voltage. Generally, those last longer. Generally. But what I am proposing is if we're going to replace or send an estimate out for these 3 fields, do everything. So in theory, you should get 25 years of, no maintenance, all things being equal.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be prudent to do everything all at once, to do the pumps, the pump starts, the whole enchilada, even though you might get a couple more years out of it, but then, because a lot of these are also 20 plus years old, they're pushing it,
Right.
so.
If you're gonna do it.
If you're gonna do it, you try to do the whole complete package,
Yeah.
again, money aside, that would be a best case scenario.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just,
Yep.
I have installed irrigation systems for over 30 years. I had my
Yeah.
own little business on the side for many, many years. Don't record that.
Too late.
So, yeah, too late. So, I don't bring, these ideas and thoughts lightly to the
Yeah.
table. I know what the magnitude of this is financially, so.
So if we did everything right now, it would probably be good, everything would be good for a very long period of time.
Correct. In a perfect world, if everything was equal, you do it once now, and for another quarter century, you shouldn't have to worry
That's
about
what I
it.
wrote down, perfect world question
Yeah,
mark.
perfect world, yeah.
That's exactly what I wrote.
Do we live in a perfect world?
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
All right.
you're very welcome.
Tom?
Brian, a couple of questions.
Sure.
First of all, does this these systems impact the wells themselves
As far as,
as far as having to do anything with the wells?
well, what I would had, it's not the well itself, it's the pump.
Right.
My thought was to, the irrigation is one, the wells are different.
Right.
Pumps, I should say wells.
The pumps.
They're separate. I'm proposing to do everything,
The pumps as well?
everything.
Yeah.
All the electrical, the whole enchilada,
Okay.
For all 3.
for all 3.
So
So,
where
but-
the pump house is right now behind Potter, all that machinery in there is gone and renewed.
Well, minus the main panel box that's in there.
Right.
Correct, everything else would be replaced.
Okay.
And we would do, in the case of Potter's and Memorial, there would be 1 controller as opposed to 2.
Right.
On this same thing here, one as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
And it's just a upgraded electrical system. It would be the same system that we have over at White House, which is what I'd like to do. It's a decoder system, so you can run an infinite number of zones on the clock. It's very, very user-friendly and less apt to electrical problems.
What's the downtime, when this project's moving forward? What's the downtime in terms of being able to use those facilities?
Once the systems are in, you can use them within a week or so.
A week.
Yeah, not long.
How long to put them in?
It depends on the company. To do, if you had a crew.
Oh, you have a
Let's just
company
say a
coming in
month to do all
It'd be
3.
low bid.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a low bid, this is a low bid project. You
Yeah.
guys aren't doing it, right?
No.
No. Okay.
A good crew could do a field in, depending on a crew of 4, could do a field in probably 4 or 5 days per field. So for argument's sake, say a month to put all 3 in. Again, that's just a ballpark, not taking into consideration any weather or any other setbacks that I don't know, that I'm unaware of. So,
This is one of those projects too that would have an RFP with very specific specs.
oh, I've been working on writing those for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get it
Get the
just right.
So in terms of the girls' softball program and the senior softball program and all the other people that use those fields around here, okay, we're going to have to, the office or somebody's going to have to juggle the scheduling so that they're going to have to be moved if they're playing, or do you do this in a different time of the year or what?
Ideally, again, if things were all on the up and up, if we had enough lead time,
Mhm.
for example, like right after the Classic, as an example, as a date, say September, is when you go in and you just shut one field down at a time. They can do, let me think, if they do Potters and Memorial, they can do the main line and wiring first outside the fence. without disturbing the main field.
Mhm.
This one, they're just gonna do it all. That's just kind of the way it is. In theory, I'd like to do it all in the fall. So all the trenching and everything that they've done has a chance to settle all winter long.
Mhm.
And if we have to go in and just do a little touch up for a little loam or here and there in the spring, so be it. But ideally, in the fall would be ideal.
Do you have a rough estimate as to what the 3 projects are gonna cost?
I honestly don't. Only because if you would have to include the pumps and the pump starts, I don't have a foggiest idea what that is.
You're trying to get that?
That's gonna be a separate, I'm working on that. I'd like to do separate. They're gonna be, the irrigation's gonna be one, the well-related items are another. They're 2 separate.
But
But it's all related.
do you have a contractor, or do you have someone that can advise you in terms of what the potential cost is before we go out to bid and all that sort of stuff, to
Sure,
give us a general idea?
I can ask Sean or Fernandez. He'll have a general idea, but even then, he may not, he's used to dealing with millions of dollars. This isn't quite that expensive.
Yeah, okay,
So,
thank you.
I mean, best guess, again, this is
Careful.
off the top of my
For
head,
all of them?
Careful.
I don't know, I really, a couple $100,000 would be my, now, where that would fall, on what spectrum, again, that's just off the cuff.
I thought it would
Without
be
any-
more.
I don't know.
I thought it'd be way more.
I
So
thought
again,
would be
it
way
could,
more than that.
it could be less, it could be more, because
That's my
if,
next question.
if you get a contractor to do all 3, you may be able to get a little bit better deal, that's just,
Well, that, and I was gonna,
That was my
if I can, my plan and my suggestion was gonna be to, put these forward for our CPC projects this year. For next meeting, cause we have to submit them October 1st. For next meeting, I could have the applications ready.
Mhm.
One for back here, one for the senior fields, and then one that's all of them together. And then we could fill in the price tag next month and then go.
And then who's gonna give you the price tag? Who would be,
I'm working on getting a list of contractors
okay.
currently.
Is
We
that
just need to
something
know how
you
much
think-
money to ask for. We had contingencies,
Right,
like
right.
20% or whatever.
Is that something you feel comfortable being able to do by next month?
I've got 3 or 4 that are relatively close. I haven't reached out to anybody yet. I still am writing the final specs, what I'd like to see, based on what I've done in the past. And I'm gonna go, coordinate with Sean over at the Cranberry Valley, and we may put it on this, on the state site, how he does it. I'm not exactly sure how he does it for his golf course, so we're gonna try to kind of coordinate with all that.
I think we've had some issues with specs in the past about,
All right.
I wanna make sure that we get the right specs
So,
for all of this work that's being done.
All right.
Thank you.
Nope, yep. John, do you have?
Time was one, Brian already answered that. I totally agree, we need 3 separate bids,
Agreed.
not one total.
No,
You need one for each field.
well, yeah, the way I had, if I may, excuse me, the way I had, was gonna break it down is, when I speak to a contractor, one for here, for this whole field, and one for Potters and Memorial.
They're linked.
They're kind of linked together because the main feed line that runs both fields, main feed line runs both fields.
Right.
So, can you do it separately? Yes. Could you? Yes. It's much more cost effective to do them all together, hands down.
I understand that, but I'm also thinking we have to get this through CPC and
Town meeting.
town meeting. So,
I understand.
but this is priority 1, correct?
Yes.
That's what we've been told.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had different contractors, Brian, for the estimates? Okay, and the hope is, well, we kind of have to. Either we have this next month or we don't.
I'm gonna do my best to get it out. I've just been really, really busy.
Nope, understood.
And you could do it too, that you could submit an application with a high number. Once we get the exact number, we could
Reduce.
reduce. You can't really add on, but you could reduce.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't have the foggiest idea what these cost anymore. If it was a residential system, I could rattle it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not
Commercial
asking you to give I don't think we're asking you to give the
No,
price.
I wouldn't even begin to even know.
Yeah, without
I know.
telling you, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
Do you believe Sean might be able to give you a better ballpark?
potentially.
Okay, I'm not putting anybody on the spot.
No, potentially. I'll run it by him when I see him.
Okay, I'm fine, yeah, we just need to know what our high end is.
Yeah.
Right, same.
Okay.
If it
I'm all
costs
set,
more
thank-
than turf.
Yeah,
I'm all
right.
set, thank you.
Thoughts on turf?
As far as, plant, a lot of sod,
There you go.
makes life easy.
Love it. Endorsement. Okay. Thank you so much. Is there any more questions?
Any questions?
or
Thank you,
anything-
Brian.
Any
You're
more
welcome.
comments?
Sure.
Okay.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you all very much.
Enjoy your ride home.
I will.
Thank
you
so
all. Have a
much.
wonderful
See you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Brian, say hello to Jared.
I'm about due to disturb his vacation.
Yeah, he's in Amsterdam?
Yeah, if I recall, it's 5 hours ahead,
Yeah.
so it's 11
10 o'clock, 11
Yeah.
o'clock, that's all right. Chances are he's still up.
It
Yeah,
just
right.
starts.
Okay, moving on to miscellaneous correspondence, none. Old business, potential CPC articles.
Kind of, yeah, it's kind of what we just talked about, you know.
Okay.
Like I said, my recommendation is gonna be to follow up and push forward these irrigation projects, get these things done, because these are needs, definite needs. And
Eric,
like I
could you
said,
just give a reminder, the needs list for
sure,
us?
I got it right here.
Thank you.
So the needs right now, is the irrigation out back, the irrigation at Potter, Senior Memorial, and then the basketball hoops at Community Center and Cultural Center.
Did we
We
get a
actually-
price for those yet?
We don't have a price yet, but we did talk, the guy that was here to fix them,
Mhm.
cause something snapped on one of them.
Mhm.
And we're working on getting him to give us something
Okay.
for not only new hoops, but we were thinking too, that gym needs a sound system. More than any, like an actual built-in sound
And
system.
Elaine made a good point. We'd like to have wall-mounted fans.
Yeah,
as
wall
well.
mount, yeah, that's a big one,
You
cause
know,
there's no
right.
air conditioning in there.
How much of that is CPC allowed?
Well, I mean, that's all new stuff.
Hoops would be, but I bet you fans and speakers are. I'm just,
I don't know,
I
I
wish
mean,
Dave.
yeah, it's something to look, but
Yeah, but
you
just
know,
something to keep in
down
mind.
the road kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we get info from the guy,
Okay,
company.
okay, so it
Those
was,
were the needs.
Okay.
What were those three again? The hoops, the sprinkler, and what else?
There's 5. There's the irrigation event out back,
Right,
Potter,
Right.
Memorial,
right.
and then the hoops here and the hoops at the cultural center,
Okay.
potentially.
so basically for all CPC, we're really waiting on prices for
Yeah.
both irrigation and basketball hoops.
And the hoops, I don't see, you know,
We
with the
need it all next
irrigation being a
month.
big price tag, I don't see the hoops being this year with it, probably. You know, that'd be a lot,
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's
but you never know.
worth a shot,
Yeah, you never
so,
know.
but, and are you comfortable thinking we'd have the price for basketball hoops by the next meeting?
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
okay.
nice, yeah.
Alright.
Madam Chair,
Yes, please.
what do we do in September if we don't have any prices for anything? I mean, it's something we ought to think about before the September meeting.
Agreed.
I know we just
I
said,
mean, keep talking to Brian, I'll keep talking to Brian, and I can talk to Sean, he's gonna talk to Sean. Like you said, we need a top number
mm-hmm,
that we could
Can
always
always
whittle
cut.
down in all the CPC meetings and presentations.
can't add.
You can't add to it, so we just need something on the high end.
remove.
I'm confident they can give
Yes.
us something, you know, if it's
Just the highest we could
Ask
think,
for
right, yeah.
400,000, you know, and then it turns out it's 250.
And then
we
they
look like
even look
heroes,
better.
you know?
Yeah,
We're heroes.
Yeah, right.
look at what we saved you.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly how I talk to my husband.
Yeah, we negotiated.
It's free money is what I tell him. Okay,
And on that note, Madam Chair, if I may,
yes,
I would reserve a large part of next month's meeting
okay,
for
For
CPC
CPC,
discussions.
yeah.
okay, absolutely.
But if we're not ready with numbers by that time, can we have an emergency meeting or a special meeting to,
Yeah, we only have a couple days.
Yeah,
to get everything in that we have to get in?
yeah.
Yes, could we, well, let's see, not to cut it even closer.
Because
For
we
you,
would be
Eric.
having the meeting on the 23rd,
Yes,
gives
that's
you
what I
like
was just looking at.
which
Nine
gives you a
days.
little,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Labor Day so early, you
Yeah.
get an extra
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So,
Do you want to
So-
move the
Well-
meeting to the 30th, Madam Chair?
that's next day.
What if we
And you
keep it
need
at-
RFPs.
What if we
in-
keep it at 23rd?
And if there's a
we
need
don't
for
have
an-
numbers yet, and they say, oh, we'll have them in 3 days.
I was gonna ask you, are you confident, I was gonna suggest the 16th,
Oh, going even earlier?
if we have numbers in the next 3 weeks, which I hope would be reasonable, if
Yeah.
not, that gives us
We can
that
try.
extensive time to get them in and make decisions.
We can try.
What is I mean,
Can't hurt to try.
I don't think the 16, I don't think moving it up is a good idea.
No.
no, okay.
Because you've got
Brian
a holiday.
especially.
Yeah,
Oh,
You've
that's
got
the other holiday,
Monday,
right?
I would
Friday.
suggest we go the 23rd, and then if we need to have a special meeting a week later or
Following
2 or
one.
3 days later,
Sure.
you call the guys and
The
say, let's get in
30th
here,
just
we'll
makes me
do what we have
nervous
to do.
because
30th,
it's the,
no, that's
the
valid.
very next day
Yeah, oh,
they're
yeah,
due.
yeah.
So that's even so if we met at 5:30, getting that information in at
And it'll just be a matter of
next
getting
morning.
the numbers, because I'll have the applications ready and just plug the number in and submit.
Okay, so why don't we call it? We'll do the 23rd.
All right.
See where we sit. If not, we'll meet that Friday possibly.
Anytime that.
Play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play.
Play it
We'll
by ear.
we'll pick
Yeah.
it that year, that week. Maybe even the Monday, the 29th is a little bit. It gives me a little more
You know,
breathe.
we have to get in by
But
October
the
1st.
30th, I'm not comfortable with.
Okay.
So, okay, and great. Moving on.
Table the next one, please, Madam Chair.
Yes, I am going to table, your commission policy
Yes.
change? Okay, I'm gonna table B. I'm also tabling C next month. I'm hopeful we have somebody to come in and speak with us, from O'Brien and Sons, just to kind of give us
Is that the same with Brian and Sons? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
an overview of what, any questions we have about an actual splash pad, not one here, just questions in general about what it is and what it entails and options and things like that. Cause I know we have, myself included, have a lot of questions about it. Okay, new business, approve the minutes of May 27th, 2025.
So move.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
aye.
And approve the minutes of July 22nd,
So moved.
2025.
The only change I have on that is it says members not participating, Frank Crowley. He was no longer on the commission in July,
Okay.
Yep.
so that's the only change.
And is that you, Eric, or me that makes note of that?
I got it.
Okay,
I'll tell Elaine to let them,
okay,
change it.
great. Thank you, John. Okay, motion to accept with that change?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. Bear with me, guys.
You're doing fine.
Thank you. Senior softball fields pavilion. Ben, is this you?
Yeah, I think you got the schematic and the drawings and so on. I think that last
Yes,
meeting,
last
so,
week, yes.
what we wanna do is to build this pavilion down Memorial Field. There is a hollow that we call a hollow where the picnic benches are.
Yes.
And we want to build it in that hollow. And I just talked to Brian earlier today when he was here, and they're willing to go ahead and do all of the basic rough stuff, getting it leveled and so on and so forth, thinking that once it's approved that they can go in there, highway would go in there and do whatever they have to do to get it leveled and have it sit for the winter. They want to, make sure that it sits and it settles and so on and so forth. And then the big thing is that we've got to raise money, okay? And one of the things that once hopefully is approved tonight, I've talked to the commissioner, and I think we'll get a letter out, like when we built the Memorial Field, and we got contributions from all the guys, but we have a lot of sponsors now that own some pretty big businesses, so we're gonna try to see if we can put out a nice letter to ask if they'll support the pavilion and, with donations and so on and so forth. I'm willing to put in a significant number of dollars towards the project myself, and if we can get one of the companies that's a billionaire, the guy's a billionaire, if we can get him to contribute, then we're on our way. I think that we're looking at anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 to. I was a little chagrined tonight then when Brian said that in order for us to do this, we have to put a cement pad down. We were thinking about putting tubes, because we have to raise the level, because the walkway to Memorial is a little higher than the hollow, so we were gonna put it on tubes and raise it that way. But he said with a project of this magnitude, you're gonna have to put that on top of a cement footing, which is very,
Brooks Park.
very expensive. He said it's a
Cement
big
pad,
bucks.
or you were gonna do wood or basic
And
or
then,
something?
yeah,
There's a cement pad under the one at Brooks.
This one here, this is what it's gonna look like.
Right, but
Okay.
the flooring was not
Yeah.
gonna be cement.
Yeah, it has to be, he thinks it
Yeah.
has to be cement, so if that's the case, we've gotta raise more money.
Mhm.
But in any event, it's a about 24 by 16. Okay, it's a good size. He said that they would take out, there's one tree that has to be removed. He said he would do it, highway would do it for us. And, the roofing and we talked to we have two carpenters and contractors that are carpenters that are gonna build this for us. So we're looking to, see what that's gonna cost. He's gonna, cost that all out first. This plan was put together by one of our members. He's an architect engineer. And he's gonna act as the clerk of works.
Okay.
And he said, I'll handle the whole thing from that perspective, so you guys are doing it the right way. And the roof would be a tin roof, okay, not because he thinks about, the contractor said, and the architect, because of where it's located, you get a lot of mold and stuff. So at least it'll be, and then we put about 8 or 9 benches in there for our guys. Particularly the guys during the classic, they like to have their lunch and so on, and we have, after most of the games, the guys are in there, having hot dogs and hamburgers and so on. So we put some stuff in there and have
Okay.
their little drinks and so on and so forth. But
Great.
this
Now-
is the plan, and hopefully we get some support and get it done. It would not cost you guys anything, the town. We'll
Okay,
take
that was my,
our
so,
responsibility. It would be purely up to the league, and if we can't raise the money, we can't do it. As simple as that. I called the building inspector today, and we have to get a commercial building permit for it, and not a residential, because it's on town property. And then once the thing is completed, we would gift it back to the town.
okay,
Okay, so that's the plan. Again, the big part of it is we've got all of the nuances, in terms of the carpenters and the other people in place. It's getting the money to do this job. And now that with the cement slab, we're going to have to see if we can raise additional money to deal with that portion of it as well.
And you would
So-
need a support vote from the commission, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm looking for just get some support from the commission for us to move forward.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
yes, please.
I make a motion that the Rec and Youth Commission support the pavilion project for the senior softball field complex, contingent upon all required commercial permits and no cost to the town of Harwich. When the project is completed, it will be gifted to the town.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Discussion?
Oh, sorry, discussion?
Did I miss anything?
I think one point that Brian brought up, if you guys provide the funding as opposed to the town, you don't have to do prevailing rate,
Yeah,
which would
yeah.
make it even more expensive, so it's just.
Yeah,
important to note.
I also talked with the building inspector about all that. We don't have to do the prevailing wages on this.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so we don't have, do we
You're
have
not
enough?
voting, right?
I'm not voting no.
We can't vote
Then
this.
we
Yeah, we
can't
don't
vote.
have
We
enough,
don't have a quorum.
okay.
Without you, there's no quorum. But you could still keep moving forward. I think we can see.
We only have
where-
3. Well, no, we have 4.
Yeah, we have 4,
Oh,
wait,
that's
yeah.
right,
Oh,
'cause
yeah, okay.
you thought you
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
sure
yeah,
Phyllis
yeah,
was
yeah.
coming.
No,
I didn't even count.
Yeah.
You made the motion.
Like, I'm not
I
gonna argue
second.
with him,
She
but I think.
seconded.
You
Right.
can argue with me.
Counting is our
I'm
strong.
here, women get invisible at a certain age, but I'm here.
No,
Alright.
Eric wasn't sure if you were attending,
Oh,
so
what?
we were
Oh, did
worried
you?
about a
Oh.
I didn't know
quorum.
if you were Dave. It's
Oh.
all good.
All right,
All right, so
so motion made,
Second.
all
Okay,
those in,
point of discussion.
point of discussion?
Did I miss anything in that motion?
No.
Okay.
I would personally like updates kind of as it's going,
Sure.
timelines, and make sure the timeline is in line with anything we have going on the
Sure.
fields, things like that.
Now that this thing is, this project is moving forward, I will keep you up to date every month and give you a
Great.
sense of what's going on. I think, as I said earlier, I think the big thing, I think we've got the carpenters are in place, we've got the contractors in place, we've got everything in place, and Brian is willing to help us out as we move forward.
Okay,
I was really
perfect.
happy about that, because that's a big savings to,
Yeah,
you
As
know.
far as
just a quick update each month is perfect.
Yeah.
And as far as pursuing the permits,
Yeah.
is that something you do right now, or is it
No, why don't we wait on that?
get the
out?
fund, make
Yeah.
sure the fund
Let
is?
me,
set?
let me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me give a report to the commission members to the league members,
Okay.
and we get a sense of how we're gonna collect some money here. That's
Yeah.
the big thing,
You want a permit.
is getting some bucks into place and getting a start.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep. Makes sense.
I would also recommend that the director run this by the interim town administrator
Sure.
to make sure that we're.
well, they suggested that today. The building inspector said it has to go to the town administrator to make sure, because it's town property and so on. So I mentioned that to Eric earlier today, that he should be get his approval, get his stamp of approval.
So maybe my motion should be contingent upon administration approval.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We
So
wanna make sure it's
administration approval, any and all necessary permits.
right,
No cost to the town.
right.
And then it will be gifted back.
Gifted back to the town. Okay?
Okay.
And again, I will give you a report once this thing gets off the ground and gets moving, I'll give you interim reports as we're moving forward, so you can
Perfect.
get a sense of what's going on with it. I guess they're gonna ask me to be in charge of it anyway, too.
Congratulations.
Well, I did Memorial Field, so I guess,
All right, so motion was made,
thank you.
second was made.
Thank you, guys.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Appreciate it.
And passed. Okay.
Go raise funds.
Yes.
Exactly. I know we're talking about updates. I'm like, well, you gotta get some money raised first.
You have the cart before the horse for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, director's report.
Couple updates. The summer season is coming to a close. We're almost there. I was telling John we're gonna have our most daily pass sales we've ever had this year, which is great.
Perfect.
We'll know the sticker sales once we're through Labor Day, through the treasurer's office. So I'll have all those numbers to you probably the next meeting. Camp went well. It was full. That just ended last Friday. We did lots of trips, lots of activities. It was just it was a great season. Interim town administrator, the only interaction I've had so far is he did have a department head meeting to introduce himself to everybody. He will be setting up appointments with each department head to kind of get to know what we do and just kind of get a lay of the land. And in the meantime, the select board did hire a firm to search for a permanent town administrator. I met with, the firm was interviewing every department head, just a quick 10-minute Zoom interview to see what kind of stuff we were looking for as department heads. So that could take a month or it could take a year, we don't know. The other update I have, the Sand Pond Boathouse. I spoke to Sean Libby today, actually. He got back to me and he said that the building's not gonna fall over, it's not a danger, but they could definitely take it down for us. He said the only cost would be getting rid of everything. He said it'd be less than $1,000 to completely get rid of that boathouse. So we just have to decide what we wanna do with it going forward. Do we wanna take it down? Do we wanna keep it? That's kinda up to us.
Does it have any use currently, or is it just there?
It's just, I mean, the only use that I could see for the
For
future
squirrels,
would be
right?
storage. Yeah,
But do we
Bats.
currently use it for storage?
we don't have anything in there right now but junk, right, John?
Correct.
Yeah.
And we
so
haven't used it in
Yeah,
years.
that's my
it
question.
used to be used for swim lessons and that, but we're not gonna use it for that, so.
Okay.
So, it could be taken down.
The animals are
Sure.
in there taking
It's a raccoon
shelter.
house, yeah.
Okay,
So, and, reliable fence, they're gonna be doing tomorrow, the gates over at Senior Memorial Field. He's also supposed to be getting me a number on fixing the playground fence. And in addition to that, this isn't on here, but the fence in front of the pavilion, the wooden fence, somebody ran into it. So I'm waiting on a quote from, I believe that's All Cape Fence.
It's on
Did that one. What's that? Oh, it is on there, okay. Yep, oh yeah, okay. I'm waiting for a quote on that one being fixed as well.
Eric, is that a fence over at the third base side at Brooks Park? The one that was bent? That's been repaired?
fixed, yeah.
What about the fencing along the driveway going into the parking lot over at the high school? The one that's bent?
The one by the main
Gate,
gate,
yeah.
that's fixed, yes.
No, not that one.
No.
To the right of the main gate,
Yeah, to the right.
there's
there's
another
a-
broken he talked about. last
Yeah,
week.
that, I'll have to
It's-
check on that. I'm not positive that's even our gate.
It's not a gate, it's
It's
just
a
a
fence.
fence.
Fence,
It's about
yeah.
6 foot of fencing that's bent in
Yeah.
half.
I'll talk to Jared about it too. All right.
While we're on this, do we want to make a decision on the Sand Pond Boathouse? Do we? Yeah.
We could, or we could wait till you have a full.
Yeah,
What
it's
was
not a
David-
rush.
what
We have a
don't
quorum.
to take it down
Yeah,
now.
we have a quorum, let's
We
vote
might-
on it. You
yeah,
need
we
a
might as well
motion?
just,
Leah, you want a motion?
yes, please.
I make a motion that we contribute to the, whatever it takes to get that building raised. The money that, I guess, the money
Under
would come out of
1,000,
our
I feel like, just move it, move
revolving
on with
account,
it, get it off the
revolving
agenda.
account money? Is that-
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
that's the opinion of the highway department, yep.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Or
Aye.
discussion, sorry, no discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so Eric, just let
Is
him.
that something you think I should maybe run by the town administrator as well? Getting rid of the property or?
I don't think you
I
need
don't
to.
know.
I don't know this gentleman well enough.
Yeah.
to know
Yeah.
what's he got.
Yeah.
I don't think it would hurt to say.
If Sean,
Yeah,
if
so you
Sean
know-
says
Supports
go
the
do it,
commission.
then do it.
It's a
Supports it,
dilapidated boathouse
yeah, and you
that
just
we're
say the
gonna-
committee
Yeah.
We
supports
just follow
the-
on the recommendation.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, okay.
okay. Get it off the agenda.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
One less
I
thing.
don't wanna hear about it
One
anymore.
less thing.
Look at this, her first full day as chair and she's banging stuff
He's-
off.
All right,
Go get them, let's get some action here.
Property maintenance,
There's nothing, I mean, most of it was kind of addressed between CPC and the director's report, so
Yep.
if there's questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Any questions?
I have one.
of course.
The backstop that we never replaced down at Memorial, that was a little bit of a glitch. We replaced the fencing, which is all black, black fencing, and the backstop is green. So I contacted one of our painters that we do business with, and he has volunteered to go down there and spray paint it, so that it'll all match the rest of the field. I'll see him tomorrow morning, and if the paint itself, I got a donation from Ace Hardware in Harwich Port. He's one of our ball players. He said, I'll give you whatever paint you need. So that'll be taken care of as well, no cost to the town.
Okay, it'll match the rest of the,
Right.
Because it's in good shape, it just
Okay.
doesn't match.
Yeah, it's,
so
yeah.
it will match now.
It will.
Yeah, it'll match, it'll all be black,
Okay,
all around.
all right, any other updates or questions on?
And there are
maintenance?
no, go ahead, no. I'm
Okay,
good.
perfect. Budget report.
As you can see, our revolving fund's at about 109,000 and change. It has gone down significantly. I think they finally caught up on some of the payrolls and things from the summer. But we're still at a very healthy number.
Yeah, and there's
109
only-
and change.
Only a couple payrolls coming out still. for
Yeah,
summer,
yeah, so that should be ending, but it takes a while for those to catch up
Yeah.
sometimes, some units.
Okay, any questions on budget report? Okay, chairman's report, none. Liaison, CPC, none. Facilities committee, yes.
That'd be me. I went to my first
Right.
meeting.
Debut.
Not much happened.
Okay.
They're doing a lot of things in facilities. I did mention to Carolyn about the potential for putting in for new nets.
Yep.
And I told Eric about that.
Yep.
That's, from this end, that's all.
And she knows we're inquiring through the company, because she knew they were here.
Yeah.
for
Yes,
the
okay,
So that was the only really issue I thought affected us.
yes, okay, great.
Madam Chair, I have one more question for Eric.
Sure.
Parking enforcement, how many tickets, are they going down yet?
They've got, I'll get the final number for you guys. I could even email it out, but it's
Yeah,
definitely,
ballpark.
it's way down from last year. I'd say if last year there was about, I think there was roughly 600.
Last year we had a position and a half, right?
And we did this year too.
Oh, you did?
But this year I'd say we're down at least 30 to 40%.
Wow.
But the
Finally-
daily passes
finally
are up,
learning.
and then between, like the new gate chairs, the stop signs, all those
Yep.
little measures make a big difference.
Bank Street
Big
being the
difference.
biggest
Oh, yeah.
difference. You don't even, we don't even need to see the numbers last year. We walked through a lot. You'd write 6, 7 tickets. Now you'd 1 or 2. Cause
Yeah.
the
Nice.
lifeguards are responsible for taking out the parking signs and say,
Yep.
beach sticker required, violators will be fined. So
There's
they took
enough
those in.
signs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had great gate guards this year. I mean, even
Yep.
ones that I know in the past, it's like a pet peeve of not standing up. They can't help but be seen now in
Right.
those chairs, like
Yep.
even if they don't.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looked great every time I went into any of them. They were
Yeah.
right there.
And then if you get Dean, he'll just jump on your hood.
He
He won't let you through.
So
Yeah.
so thankfully the new car, well, new to her car gets here this week, so I won't be driving my lifeguard anymore.
Oh, there
I'm
you
a
go.
little sad, but I'm also a little happy, but
Yeah.
every beach I would just go to drive right through and right in front. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
okay,
Dean
Dean,
will
okay,
get run down
okay.
before he lets somebody through.
My favorite thing in the whole is we would come here and she'd get the walkie, and before I got to the beach, I would hear, Eric, and I was
Oh,
like, oh, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything sounds like an emergency too.
But it's good to have
Eric, it's
him
Dean.
there. It's good to have everybody there, you know, on top of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's been a good year.
yeah. The other day I was listening to the guy in the bathroom. You can talk about that later.
Earl Road.
So
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the lifeguards and the way they handled everything.
Yeah, they're
so
good. They were
it's
good.
really, really good. All right. Any further discussion on anything?
I'll just give you an update on the Classic. It
Yes.
starts next week.
Okay.
There are 75 teams coming in. This year, we've got a bunch of teams coming up from Florida, and there are 2 or 3 teams coming in from the Midwest. So
Wow.
we'll have over 2,000 softball players in town, and they've already booked 65 rooms at the new hotel in Harwich in Hyannis.
Mm-hmm.
The old Cape Cod.
Jimmy Buffett one?
Yeah.
Margarita.
Oh, really?
Wow.
They got
that's-
65 rooms at he's one of our sponsors, and they gave a $5,000 donation to the league.
Oh wow.
They're doing a big job over there for us. But these teams are coming in next Friday, the Friday after Labor Day.
Yep.
And they're here for 6 days. And on that note, the people that are running it want to know, have we at one of our meetings come in with a cost factor of what it's going to, for the rentals? Did we do that, Eric? I don't recall.
Didn't we decide on that?
Did we give them a break and so on?
Yeah, and
Is that done?
Yeah, that should be
It
done.
should be
Somebody
done.
was like Jim and I forget who was here with him.
I'll
But
check
that-
back in the
yeah.
notes to see exactly what it was.
Would you
Yeah.
do that?
Yep.
Let me know, because they grabbed me down the field.
And I'll
this
let
morning.
I have a meeting tomorrow with Bob Kemple, who runs the Classic.
Okay.
We do it every year, like right
Yeah,
before it starts, just if they need anything, and I'll go over it with him.
I'm 99% sure we took care of that.
Yeah,
I am too.
Like 2 meetings ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
So
several
I
months
thought
ago.
even
Because
more than
Bob
that.
Kemple asked me about a bill, and he said, has the commission voted on, any kind of a discount? And I said,
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
I'll
I
let
thought
him
we
know.
did, but
I'll
I'm
let
I
him know
believe we
tomorrow.
did, but
Yeah.
we can go back.
Yep.
So
But let them know, okay?
Yeah, will do.
Make sure they're clear, because they want to pay their bills. They want to pay
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
of course.
they want to pay up and get things done.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Red Sox.
Okay.
Good job, Madam Chair.
Adjourned.
Madam Chair, I'm in the playoffs tomorrow morning,
All right.
championship game.
Eric, could you hit the button, please? Thank you.
We started off 0-13, and we're